You're gonna dab me up? Let me put this joint on. Start speaking through it. Adjust my chair.
Yo, my
Speak
bad.
through it.
I put my watch on backwards.
No. Wait, give me a second. So when we're laughing, we don't want to be too loud either.
Yeah, that's true.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
That's right. Good right there.
It sounds good. Wait, it could go. It could go up a little bit more. A little more crisp. Yeah. So we're finally here. This is
After
happening.
a long semester, first year of college, ups and downs, we are finally here.
We've been through it and back, and we're recording our first episode of our podcast.
René and I have been conjuring this idea for a long time, and it either didn't line up with schedules, it didn't line up with what was going on in our life at the time. We both been through a lot this last year, and
It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
you know, I'm really proud of us to say that we're here right now together, and you know, like going through with something. You know, people that say they're gonna do something and then don't do it. You know, I'm happy that we're doing
100p.
this.
100p.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that we're doing this. This needs to be done, and there's no one I'd rather do it with.
I've been blowing this up on my Twitch. I've just been starting that up. I keep telling people, I'm getting busy. This next week I have to take a break because I need to do video editing. I can't stream every day.
Yes, sir.
I need to learn how to put these videos together.
For real.
And then I'm just like, I've got a bunch of side projects going on. I know I finished filming that documentary.
Of course.
And then I'm like, I need to get the YouTube running. I need to get the podcast running. So you're gonna have to hold tight while I do all this stuff.
Yo, all I'm saying, go
And
hit up
we're
my
here.
boy René on Twitch. I don't know your hat, so
It's
so,
all good. The name is in the works, so don't worry
Yo,
about it.
it'll be there.
It'll
be
be linked. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have both of our channels linked to the main channel.
So we're gonna have 2 individual channels,
Yeah, and then the
then-
podcast channel.
and then like a joint channel of both of us.
Exactly.
That works perfectly. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
that a
been
lot.
the plan. So
I mean,
let's do a little intro.
for those of you that don't know who we are, when we went to a very small French school together in Red Deer, Alberta.
small
It's actually down the street.
down the street, down the road. Don't
From-
dox yourself though.
From my apartment.
Don't dox yourself though.
Yeah, we're not gonna dox like we did in the first
in the very initial test run, we should
yeah,
have that
yeah.
up somewhere. That was
with
funny.
our boy Matthias.
Yeah, he'll
But,
be on soon. Hopefully.
Yeah, we're just from a small city, Red Deer, Alberta, and
That we are.
we grew up together, very small school, and we parted ways in grade 9. He went to Lindsay Thurber High School, and I stayed at our small school, École La Prairie. We're both francophone and English, and he also speaks Spanish.
I'm just elite like that.
He's just like that, yo. I'm trying to be like you, my boy. One day. I'ma have it one day. But like, yeah, I mean, we definitely got back together grade 11, grade 12.
Oh, bro. Grade 9 was a little bit of an interesting year, but I'd say even summer of grade 9, we were already kicking it. Didn't take much time for everybody in the city to start to get to know each other, so we eventually crossed paths again, and then
I mean, like, it helped a lot that my mom's crib was so close to yours.
dude, this guy used to live like
across the street,
an
dude. It was
impo-
so
it-
close.
at first it was an impossible drive because my mom was always like, "Nah, I ain't driving that far, bro. What the fuck?" and then this kid moved across the street. I'm like, "Hey, yo, mom, I'm walking to Ethan's house." She's like, "Yeah, all right."
Just like that.
Just like
Like,
that.
it was too easy out here.
Just like that.
That was nice. I live a little bit further now, but we both whip now, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as growing up from kids playing Pokemon, in the last 3 years has been major changes, right? I'm living on my own now.
Mm-hmm.
We work pretty much full-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We have money. We have everything that we dreamed of as kids, right? And it's all so make-believe. It's It's amazing, really.
It's crazy because in this life you get everything. Like you think it's really hard to do everything, even set up a podcast like we're doing right now. You know,
Yo, just hit me that we're doing a podcast.
you think that shit's impossible. You're like, nah, bruh. This is like never gonna like. And you tell people about what you want to do too, and they're like, bro, you're crazy. Like, dog, everything that's on this table, 2 clicks away on Amazon. I was like,
Yo, that's what I'm saying, fam.
that's it, and I'm here.
The whole thing, yo, write down what you want to do, right? Grab a book. I have my book. It's right over there. Right over there. It's a journal. Every morning, I'm eating breakfast after the gym. You write down what you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it.
Yeah,
Step by step.
Yeah.
A plan. Like a grocery list. It's so easy.
yeah.
Once you have it written down, once you have it physically and mentally there, you know what I'm saying? Then it's all up to just doing the work. Because you laid out the blueprint.
You need the mental plan. You need the physical plan. You need to have all of it outlined because you need to have this vision, and you need to make sure you go for the vision. But hold on. Before we get too deep into the conversation, welcome everyone to the Unfiltered podcast. That's the name we're going with this.
We're going to go the Unfiltered podcast.
Unfiltered podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we're your hosts, Ethan and René. René and Ethan, doesn't matter, whichever or.
Yeah, we're going to E and D. Wait.
Hold on, that's Ethan Durrett, bro.
My bad. E and R and E, yo.
E and R and E.
Which would actually look really fucking dope on a hoodie.
Hey.
Yo,
Some merch ideas in the future.
merch link linked below in about 10 videos, let's say.
100%.
100%.
Let me look at my watch to make sure we don't do this for like 2 hours because this is low key addicting.
This is like therapeutic. I'm not gonna lie
This
to
is
you guys.
crazy.
Honestly, the whole point, like let me break it down for you. Like we mentioned, René and I have always wanted to kind of like get together and do this. But the motivation and the whole point of it is we want to connect with like-minded people because there is a whole storm of people out there that we need to get together on this channel, and we want to work together, grow together, thrive together, and make money together, and just do great things together. Motivate, hustle,
100%.
and motivate. Like my boy Nipsey would say. Rest in peace.
Push everyone forward, bro. You know?
But like honestly,
If we
just
can't-
want to work together. This is a community.
If you
This is a
can't
family.
if you can't spread the wealth, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you can't spread the wealth, then how the fuck are we gonna grow? That's Drake.
That's what I'm saying.
That's Drake.
You can have money, you can have all that shit, but if you don't know how to share it and connect people to it and teach it, there's no point in having it. You know what I'm saying?
Ethan and I are very young men. We have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of plans. We say we're plotting constantly.
Every
And,
day.
and people kind of just look at us. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yo,
They're
every
like,
day, every
they're like,
day.
bro, what do you mean you're plotting? Plotting what, bro? We're plotting, you know? We're both, I like to say we're established. That's my new favorite word. We're not established, but we're established.
Honestly,
And there's a lot to
for
work
our
on.
age, we're established.
There we have a lot of dreams. We have a lot of visions. In my bio on Instagram, I say I'm a visionary because that's what I am. And we're both
Okay.
entrepreneurs, 100% to the very bone definition of that word because
The
we have a
way-
lot to work on.
The way the mind works, you need to have a very specific mindset to lead the life that we lead.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand something that a lot of people don't understand. The way you're told your whole life to do things is not the way that you should always be doing things. You know what I'm saying? You should be making and leading your own paths and not always following the white sheep. You know, you have to be the black sheep in the herd.
So it's really important to stand out, you know?
It's so important.
It's so important. Like, I remember Ethan was like, if you look at this kid back in the day, he's one of the weirdest kids you could know.
Okay.
You know? He was like, this kid is out there. Like, he doesn't care.
Okay.
Like, he's just doing whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
And you know what? As I'm growing up here, as I'm sitting down next to this guy's like a brother to me.
Serious.
Like a brother. He is a brother to me. And I'm sitting here and thinking about, because I think about the past few years all the time. And I'm like, you know what? He had the right idea. Not giving a fuck, essentially, not caring.
As soon as you don't care what others think, it's the most freeing feeling because the world is yours. You know, you can do anything your mind can conjure up. As soon as you break through that cage of feeling like you're limited to such a small space, then anything is possible. And I actually heard this quote the other day. If you put a shark inside of a fish bowl, the shark will only grow to be the size of that fish bowl. But we all know
Word.
that sharks are huge, kings of the ocean.
Word.
You stick that shark in the ocean, that thing's gonna grow, my boy.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to put yourself around the right people, around the right things that will lead you to growing into that full-grown beast of a shark. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to stay that
100%.
goldfish.
100%.
You'd never want to stay that goldfish.
100%. It's life goes everywhere, you know. Again, we were talking about how the past few years have been like phenomenal. We've both learned a lot. I can confidently say that I'm not even close to the same person I was
2 months ago, 3 months ago.
2 months ago, 3 months ago. Last year, I wouldn't even recognize myself right now.
For real.
You know, I've been having so many visions of things that I want to do, even when I sit down in my room right now. This is one of the most important things because this is one of the first steps to realize that you always got to be rooting for yourself.
Number one fan.
This is one of the first steps to realizing you're doing good and you're doing what you need to do. You're doing what you're doing. I sit down in my room and I go, wow, me, when I was 10 years old, if I sat down in my room the way it is right now, I would be the happiest kid alive. Happiest kid alive. And you know what? I did all of that through hard work and dedication. There's in life you have to have mindsets too. I'm gonna say in life a lot. This is the first episode, so don't at me. But
Don't tweak. Relax.
but you need to sit down, okay, and be honest with yourself. That's the first thing. And if you're not where you want to be, there's no one to blame but yourself.
That's on God.
There's no one to blame but yourself because
lots of people, what they do is they surround themselves by bad things, bad people, and then they blame those people. But you're in control of who you're surrounding yourself with. You can't be blaming Johnny and Ashley and all these people about what they're doing to you when you are in that situation by choice.
I think we're gonna call this episode "The Power of Mindset" because that's just savage.
You know
Because
what
that's what this is about.
That's
First
what it
episode,
is.
we're giving ourselves an introduction. You know, he's Ethan, I'm René, giving you a background on our lives and what we want to do and how we want to do it. Podcast is step number 1.
It is.
We want to get our lives out there. We want to band together like-minded individuals, like you said.
We do.
We want to talk about anything and everything, and the most important part is that it's all unfiltered.
It is. Like we're not gonna be
Unfiltered.
editing any of these videos to like large extremes. You know what I'm saying? This is all gonna be what we are is what you're gonna see. We're not gonna be cutting anything out.
Day to day, step by step, like as I am right now. You know, I might even listen back to this podcast in a year from now and go,
Oh, for sure,
bro,
for sure.
what was I thinking?
On God,
I'm gonna go.
100%.
Hey, I was kind of spitting facts, but like, what am I doing?
Serious.
You know what I'm
Serious,
saying?
serious. Uh-huh.
And that's again step number 1.
It is.
Sitting down with yourself. So this is definitely the power of mindset right now is what we're gonna be talking about. Eventually, you know, we'll branch out into a bunch of topics too. Like again, like I said, we're gonna talk about anything and everything at an unfiltered level.
Specific topics. What we want to do is we want to, as two young people that are successful for our age, we want to put a switch on the mindset that some of you may have.
I think the most important thing is, as I was gonna say earlier, I know I kind of went off on a side tangent, is that we as human beings, you know, we're capable of such a high level of thought. We all have a conscience, right?
Correct.
And we're capable of thinking in ways that, maybe a normal life form couldn't think. We have the power of change.
That's right.
And that's the power of mindset. If you put your mind to something, what is going to stop you?
That's right.
I am one of the most firm believers in consistency. If you're consistent at something, they say it takes, they say 10,000 hours to be the absolute best at something. You got to go above and beyond that.
That's not one day. That's a lot of days.
That's a lot of days, and
That's
you still got to go above and
unseen
beyond that. But
time
you
in
know
the
what?
dark.
If you're consistent, okay? Let's give an example. It's an example I give a lot of people all the time when I talk to people about this kind of thing. When I talk to people about mindset.
Yeah.
Consistency is number one. Okay? The best example of this is going to the gym. I see a lot of y'all there. I see a lot of people going, "Yo, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get ripped. I'm going to get swole. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." Even myself.
We've all been through
Or
it.
they go to the gym, make a little New Year's resolution. They're like, "Yo, I am going to lose X amount of pounds this year. I'm going to look like this. This is how I want to look."
Right.
Into the first month, they're like, they don't see results. They give up.
Not even into the first month. Within the first week,
I
people see how hard it is, right?
mm,
But the thing is, the people don't understand the process.
mm-hmm.
Because the first day is going to be hard.
Exactly.
The second day is going to be harder. The
Exactly.
third day is going to be even harder. But the fourth day, you're going to finally see, like, okay, I'm not sore from the first day anymore. So, obviously, I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. I couldn't do a pull-up before. I can do a pull-up now. So,
Yeah.
shit's getting better, right? I'm improving.
The most
and-
important thing.
Yeah, it's
Most
all in your
impor-
head.
The most important thing is all right here.
It
The
is.
one most valuable thing that I learned in probably the last year is that you have to be there for yourself. No one else will.
You have to be your number one fan. You have family. You have friends.
You have all these
you have
people.
good people.
You have all these
But
people
if
that can set you
are
up.
not there for yourself, none of that means anything.
You
if-
have to be number one.
You do. You have to always prioritize yourself. I saw this thing, and it said you need to be like on an airplane. Let's say that the gas masks fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to put your mask on first before you can help other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're helping someone else and you
Mhm.
pass out, that's two people passed out if you couldn't get it on them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So that's why you need to you need to help yourself before you can help
Mhm.
anyone else,
Mm-hmm.
right? You gotta feed yourself before you can feed other people, and that's not selfish.
Mm-hmm.
That is necessary for your own self-success, and in order to help other people,
Mhm.
right? You gotta build yourself up before you can
I've
help
seen
other
I've
people
seen the
build
effects
themselves
of
up.
this all the time, even in my own life.
Yeah,
A lot of people, I tried to be that selfless guy a lot of
Mm.
times. You know that.
correct.
People who know me, they know that.
People take advantage of that shit.
But if you're helping everyone else and you're letting yourself go to shit, basically, there's a certain point where it won't be enough anymore. Helping other people won't get you far.
It's knowing who to help, right? Because I would help you any day. I
Mhm.
would. But that's because I know you would repay it. And I also know that you understand that when I tell you I can't do something or I got to take care of myself, you don't say, yo, come on. You don't have to do that. Like, come on, come out. You say, all right, sounds good, right? I say, yo, I got to finish this essay. You don't say, nah, bro, let's go party. You say, all right, bro, I'll come over and we work on that essay together. You know what I'm saying? Because we grow together, we help each other, and we have the same mindset. So people like us are okay with being there for each other and for being selfless with each other because it's the same cause.
You'll have those people that are there for you since day one. You're always going to have the people in your corner. And if you don't, because I know there's a lot of people out there who don't even have that one person.
They don't. And
they're not blessed enough to have someone else.
It's not that you're not blessed. It's that you haven't found it yet.
And you haven't found it.
It's you need to work on yourself
Exactly.
so much that you get sick and tired of it and that you end up going out there and finding somebody that matches that energy. Because once you build yourself up to a certain level, then you attract what you become. You will. I promise you. Because people that are confident, talking to someone that's not confident, they're not going to want to attract each other, right? Because the person that's not confident is going to walk away from the conversation real quick. Like today, we went to the grocery store, went and bought bananas. Asked one of the brothers working there, like some funny joke, and Buddy just kind of walked away, cause he wasn't interested in the conversation and he wasn't confident enough to man up, or not necessarily man up, but like just like have a normal interaction with somebody, right? Which I mean is completely fine, but you need to be able to have that and to step up.
Hey, number one thing, if you want to see growth in anything, literally anything that you do, you need to be willing to step out of your comfort zone.
Every single time.
Every
you
single
need
time.
to be
Never
comfortable. Uncomfortable.
Never get comfortable.
Nah.
Future said don't get too comfortable. Never get too comfortable.
Yo, he said that. He said that.
Don't get too comfortable
he said,
because
bitch,
you know what?
Don't get too comfortable. I told you. I told you. He said, nah.
You stay in the one zone, okay? You're going to get used to it. It's the same. Again, I'm going to go back to working on. I'm going to be a kines student again. I was a kines student for a little bit. I'm a kines student. Muscles, okay? If you do the same workout for a year, your muscles get used to it. At a certain point, you won't see the same amount of growth in those muscles because they're used to doing what you're doing. You lift up a box every day, okay? That box is heavy. It's like, fuck, this shit is heavy.
That's the first day.
Second day, gets a little less heavy.
Mm.
Third day gets first week. It's a lot easier to lift now. First month, hey, I could add another box to this.
Word.
Progress.
So, yeah.
You do that for a year, it doesn't matter, bro.
Yo, that box ain't heavy no more.
That box ain't heavy no more. It doesn't matter how many boxes you put on it.
You know what that box ain't heavy?
Why isn't it heavy?
Because you were consistent and your body got used to the pain.
Mm-hmm.
You put it through an uncomfortable situation and it became immune to it.
Here's the issue with that. You're at a plateau now.
You are at a plateau.
You're at a plateau. You're pinnacle. Here. And it doesn't matter. You lift the box, you lift a few boxes, you're like, this just ain't heavy anymore.
Word.
It doesn't matter how many boxes you try to put on it. Your muscles stop growing. Because they don't have any more work to go off of. They're already used to lifting that box. Okay? They're already used to lifting however many boxes you want to put on there.
Mm.
Now maybe you start thinking different ways to lift that box, you know? Like,
you try to get a little creative.
Get a little creative with it because your muscles at this point, they're like, yo, man, this man is throwing the same shit at me every day. They're like, I don't have to do anything anymore.
That's the issue.
You get comfortable. You get comfortable lifting those boxes. But now what are you going to try to do? You want to see your muscles keep growing. Now we're going to switch over to the gym because it makes more sense. So you've been doing deadlifts. You want to work out the hamstrings, want to work up the upper back, lower back, whatever. You're used to it, though. You don't see progress. Switch the workout. Okay? You've been doing deadlifts for a year. Now what are you going to do?
Nah, bro. What you got to do is you got to up that weight. Because once you get used to that 200-pound deadlift, that shit ain't challenging anymore. And when something's not challenging anymore, you become bored, you become uninterested, and you don't get any benefit or reward from it, right? So up that up. Throw another 10 on each side, let's say.
Yeah.
Pull that weight for a month until that doesn't become challenging. And any time that you reach the height of that mountain, you climb another mountain. You keep pushing.
You what? You what?
What did he say?
What?
Hey, yo. Yo, pause.
Listen.
Yo, listen.
Upping the weight, for sure, right?
Yeah.
That prevents you from getting comfortable, but your body is going to start getting used to doing that same movement.
Right.
To the point where even if you up the weight, you're gonna not struggle with it for as long as you did the first time around. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because
I know what you're saying, but I believe that if you find a position or a certain workout to do, deadlifts, for example, squats, that's fundamentals. So continuing to make it more challenging with that same movement is important.
That's true.
I wouldn't say scrap the workout itself.
No, not scrap the workout.
Say try something else.
That's exactly what I'm trying to. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make.
Continue it, make it more challenging, but add something else to the plate.
I need to work on my analogies. Doing a bicep curl, right?
Correct.
Same thing, right? You're recruiting certain muscle fibers. Now we're going to get really specific. I don't want this to be a science episode.
Yeah.
Muscle fibers, you're doing your bicep curl. You get used to it. Okay? Maybe now you're going to try out a hammer curl. You're still working out the same muscles,
Right.
but you're recruiting different muscle
You're hitting it
fibers.
from different angles, my boy.
And that is how you prevent getting too comfortable.
That's very true.
100%.
That is a really, really good
100%.
analogy. Because I know I ain't the only one that hates getting out of bed in the morning. I
Bro,
know.
if
damn
I
well.
could sleep all day, bro, I would.
I wouldn't say I would, but I would say that because it's comfortable.
It's comfortable being in my
It's
bed, bro.
comfortable to
I
be
wake
in
up
your
in the morning.
bed.
I wake up in the morning. I'm like, yo, could go another 5 minutes.
It's comfortable, yo, and
Yeah.
and that snooze button be looking so attractive.
sometimes, and I'm still working on this. People work on it on themselves all the time. I sometimes wake up in the morning and I'm like, I can afford myself another 5 minutes. When in reality, you can't.
As soon as you allow that little bit of wiggle room, you fall off of your discipline. And discipline falls in line with consistency.
Oh yes.
Because when you're not disciplined,
Oh, yeah.
you're not a disciplined individual, you won't be consistent and you won't achieve your goals in the time that you should be achieving them. You know what I'm saying? You need to not allow any wiggle room, any space for laziness, right? When you hear that alarm, you need to turn it off and you need to think to yourself, what do I want more? Do I want to sleep another 5 minutes? Or do I want to go chase my dreams? Do I want to go hit the gym? Do I want to go get uncomfortable? Do I want to go lift more weight than I did yesterday? Do I want to go be a better me for everyone
And it's
that
hard.
believes in me?
And it's hard getting inspired. It's hard because sometimes you get comfortable. You're like,
You
I
do.
can really you put it into your head so much that I can afford these 5 extra minutes.
Yeah.
That you start losing sight of what those 5 extra minutes can do for you. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly it. You can shower in 5 minutes. You can make breakfast in 5 minutes. And I've been guilty of this myself before. I'm late to things, and I
Mhm.
say, "Yo,
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes? That's a lot of time,
Bro.
right? I need to be somewhere at 5:30. I get there at 5:33. I say, "Yo, if I would have gotten out of bed 5 minutes earlier, I would have been here early. I would have been here on time."
It's the micro, the macro, doesn't matter the way
It
you
is
look
the
at it.
small things that
It
matter.
is the small things. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter the way you look at it. Those 5 extra minutes might be the most invaluable 5 extra minutes of your entire life.
Huge.
You never know.
You
And
can meet your wife in those 5 minutes. If you got out of bed 5 minutes early, right? You're driving. You get into a car accident. You meet your wife.
It sounds ridiculous.
It
The
does.
way we're putting
It
it,
does.
it really sounds ridiculous. It sounds impossible to even think about because you're like, bro, 5 minutes, bro, that's not that much. But the thing is, you never know until you know, right?
That's the thing.
Life is unexpected. 5 minutes, flurry of things can happen in 5 minutes.
It's true.
That's why we keep coming to this idea because 5 minutes may not seem like a lot of time, but in the grand scheme of this, 5 minutes can change your life. 5 minutes can change your life.
And I know some of you, smart asses, may be thinking, well, if time is so relevant in this instance, and those 5 minutes are so important, then what makes you think that staying in bed an extra 5 minutes wouldn't make me meet my wife? Right? You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
very good point. That's a very good point made.
Right? Because what if I got out of bed and I missed her by a millisecond, or I missed her by 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't stay in bed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that wasn't meant to be because you didn't get out of bed. You didn't stay disciplined. You didn't do the little things that are important. And she'll cross your road again. I promise you she will.
This is very specific stuff.
It is.
This is down to the T, but the most important thing,
This is routine is what it is.
the most important thing to think about is that, sure, maybe nothing happens in those 5 minutes, but the thing is you want to stay disciplined,
Yeah.
okay? So what if those 5 minutes don't mean anything? again, this is going back to the concept of you have to be there for yourself or else
Yeah.
no one else will. You wake up in those 5 minutes, you know you're disciplined to wake up in those 5 minutes. You know you can do it. And you keep building on that skill. You have to have discipline, consistency, and routine. All of these fall into the same category,
They do.
right?
They do.
You give yourself that wiggle room. You wake up 5 more minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes later. Okay? You're giving yourself the wiggle room, okay? You're allowing yourself to think that's okay.
That's not okay.
It's not.
That's very true. As soon as you allow yourself that, it's just 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
that will translate to the rest of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the very first decision
Mm-hmm.
that you made. You decided not to go through with the
Mhm.
plan that you initiated the night before by setting that alarm.
Mm-hmm.
You decided that, instead of waking up at 6 and going to the gym, I'm going to stay in bed and go
Mhm.
after work instead.
Yeah.
But no.
You're not showing up for yourself. You're
No.
not respecting yourself. You have to respect yourself.
It's a huge it's a huge question of respect. It
It's-
really is.
It's
Because if
yeah.
you aren't even there looking out for your own self benefit, then why would you overreach for other people if you don't even overreach for yourself? And honestly,
Mhm.
getting out of bed as soon as your alarm goes off, it may mentally seem like a huge decision, and you're gonna be self-sabotaging yourself
Yeah.
by staying in bed.
Yeah.
And I know you all know it. I know
Yeah.
you do. I know later in the day you'd be saying, shit, wish I would have gotten out of bed when my alarm went off.
Yeah.
I really do, because I was supposed to study. I was supposed to go shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be at the track. I was supposed to be at the gym.
Yeah.
And you get into that exam, you get into that race, you get into that game, and you're saying, yo, I should have done it. I should have done it. And it just builds up regret. It builds up self-hate. It builds up all the negative things that revolve you. But if you just stay locked in, if you just stay motivated, and just stay, not even motivated, because you're not always going to be motivated. If you just stay disciplined, I promise you, everything good in life will come your way. I promise you. There's no way it won't. There's literally no way it won't.
I definitely want to be the voice of reason here for sure as well, because I know everybody's not the same. There's a lot of people that will look at this stuff and go, nah, that's not me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fine. Ethan and I consider us to be fairly similar people. I wouldn't say we're
Yeah.
identical.
We
but
we
we're-
have our differences, but we're very similar where it matters.
We're definitely, when we say stuff like this, we're always going to be on the same page.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because I definitely hear what you're saying.
And that's why we're doing this.
Other people, unfortunately, they won't be. But this is also our experiences. If you're people like us, the viewer, you who's watching, my guy, my girl, whoever you are out there, right? If you're listening to this and you go, damn, that's actually true, then that's exactly who this is for.
That's facts.
We want you to better yourself, and then maybe hopefully one day we can see you out there, because here's the thing, right? All this stuff is from our experiences as well, right? Like I've done that. I wake up in the morning, I'm confident, I'm comfortable in saying that I do that frequently too. Sometimes I'm there and I'm like, yeah, I can give myself that 5 more minutes. And how that translates into the rest of your day is that you keep allowing yourself those 5 minutes. You're feeling lazy. You're not feeling, well about the things you're doing. You're not feeling well about yourself. You're like, you know what? When you're at work, okay, you're like, my break is over. I can give myself 5 more minutes. Stuff like that, Might be me, might be someone else, might be whoever who's doing it. And then it translates into something else. I need to go home. I need to go get dressed. I need to go shower. I need to put stuff together.
You got
Hop on my next stream, for example. That's something that I do. If I woke up earlier that day, okay, and I said I give myself 5 more minutes, later on in the day, somehow I find myself saying I can give myself 5 extra minutes again and again and again, because again it goes back to the idea. You get comfortable giving yourself those 5 minutes.
Tendency, and it becomes allowable because you have made it acceptable right off the jump.
Right at the morning. I'm confident in saying the morning is the most important time.
It
in
is.
the entire
And that's why
day.
all these YouTubers, all these
The
people
entire day.
are saying have a morning routine.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying they can't stress enough how important it is. And it is, because that's the building block of your day. That's when you shower. That's when you brush your teeth. That's when you get dressed. That's when you get presentable. That's when you get in the right mind state. That is when you do every little thing that nobody sees. That's all the stuff in the dark that nobody sees, because everyone just assumes that you showered before you went to work, right? Everyone just assumes that you made your bed before you went to work. Everyone assumes you woke up when your alarm went off. But I know we all go through the hard days. We all go through the days where we can't get out of bed. We all go through the days where things are harder than they should be. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important
Big but.
to understand that you need to do what you can, and you need to understand that we're still human. We are human.
100%. None of us are robots.
We make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
but it is still in our hands and our hands only with regards to the decisions that we make on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
And the morning is where it all begins every day. That is where habit is built, and that is where it needs to take place in order to have a successful day, have a successful life, have successful relationships. Everything is built off the morning.
Those first 5 to 10 minutes after your alarm goes off, after your alarm goes off, in
those 5 to 10 minutes suck.
5 to 10 minutes.
They suck.
The second that alarm goes off, in the first 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to say it again. Okay? You open your eyes, that's the crucial time frame.
It is.
Because the second you think, you have your first thought and you decide what you're going to do in the day, whether it be giving yourself those 5 extra minutes or whether it be I need to get up right now and get my shit done.
Yeah.
That sets you up for the entire rest of the day.
It does. It does.
I speak from experience.
I've gotten out of
100%.
bed when I didn't want to, right? When I said I wanted those extra 5 minutes and I said, nah, let's get up. And the first 10 minutes are like sluggish and you're tired and you want to go back to bed, and you just need to just push through that 5 to 10 minutes. Like we said, 5 to 10 minutes is a long time, but it's not a long time if you're doing the right thing. Because if you're doing the right thing in those 5 to 10 minutes, once that 5 to 10 minutes is done, you're done showering, you're done washing your face, you're done doing your small morning routine. It's on to anything else that you need to do with your morning. You got to eat breakfast, you got to meditate, you got to maybe read a book, you got to do some stretching, get ready to go to the gym. Once the ball starts rolling, there's no way you're going to end up back in bed. Like, if you're going to get out of the shower and hop back in bed, what in the hell, boy? Like, come on, man. No way.
Hey, you're telling me, like, if you're in the shower, bro, you're having a nice hot shower, you're getting ready for your day, and you get back to bed, you're like, hey, I can fall asleep, bro. You got some work to do, my boy. You got some work to do, my boy.
Serious. And we're not, like, mocking it. If that's what you do, my boy, like, just take
straight,
this.
Bro?
No. You're not straight.
You're not straight.
Take this as a little bit of like a check, right? Take this as a check and fix up from it, because that's not acceptable for yourself. It's not acceptable for yourself.
If you need those 5 minutes, bro, go ahead and lie down. But you know in your head that you don't.
Yeah, don't allow that.
You know in your head that you don't.
Don't allow that.
And the other thing too, right? You can be chilling. You can be thinking whatever you want. Sometimes you need to have that setback of, I'm going to allow myself 5 more minutes in order to realize that you actually didn't need those 5 more minutes.
That is, wow. That was really, yeah, that's very true.
that was deep, innit?
I've laid in bed for another 10 minutes, looked at my phone and said, wow, I only have 10 minutes to get ready now.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
Like, now I'm rushed. Now I'm not going to have time to eat.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to have time
Yeah.
to do the things that I need to fucking do.
First 5 to 10 minutes, essential, crucial.
Make that decision.
Whether it's positive, whether
self-sabotage
it's
yourself.
negative, whether it's even neutral, bro.
Facts.
Later on in the day, you're going to think about what those 5 to 10 minutes could have done for you.
You're going to thank yourself for getting your ass out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to thank yourself. You're going to say, thank me for getting my ass out of bed. You're going to say, this is why I'm so disciplined, is because I have designed my life so that there's no other option. It is you're getting out of bed. That's the only option. There's no staying in bed. There's none of that. Like you've made it so that when you hear the alarm, you get up. That's just what it is. That's what that means. That's the symbol. You don't allow any wiggle room.
Exactly. And that right there, my friends, is the power of mindset. That's the power of discipline.
That's all that.
That's the power of consistency. That's the power of routine.
For real.
Power of mindset. That's episode 1. Episode 2, I think we're going to go more in depth on other things, or we might talk about something else that's completely random.
I think we're going to announce the theme like at the beginning of the episode within the title as well. But honestly, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like we said at the beginning, this has been a dream in the making for a while.
A long time in the coming, for
and,
sure.
I'm just so happy to be here. We're so happy to be here. We hope you're happy to be here, right?
100%.
And,
you know, y'all who listen to the very end, man, I appreciate all you. We appreciate all y'all.
For real.
You know, get the message out there that the Unfiltered podcast is here.
Yes,
because
please.
we're here and started.
Like,
you know, share
comment,
it.
subscribe, share
the base
all that
blocks of
YouTube
YouTube.
ass shit, yo.
The base blocks of YouTube. Who
Serious.
knows? I might even try and get this on Spotify. We'll see what happens.
Oh, serious.
We'll see what happens.
That'd be nice.
There's plans. There's a lot of plans. Like we keep telling y'all, all of this shit is coming. We're finally here. Number 1. Episode number 1.
Yeah.
Some of it might be messy. You might hear me adjusting my rings or something in the video. We're gonna figure it out.
Hey,
I
wouldn't
moving
even
around.
I don't even worry.
We got the background, you know. We got the record. The setup is clean.
It's a nice,
and
it'll
it'll only get cleaner.
That's
the quality
that's the fact.
goes up from here, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, thank you guys so much. Till next time.
Yeah.
Till next time.
This guy's getting out of the frame. I wonder if I should dye my hair blonde. Yo, the clipping, man. What?